Hello and welcome to Raus IAS. This is the Daily Prelims Practice initiative, and here we discuss important MCQs from the Hindu and Indian Express. The topics for today's discussion are mentioned over your screen. So let's begin our discussion. So the first question for today is based on this particular article which appeared on the page number 3 of Indian Express. So Supreme Court has recently dismissed a petition which aimed to restore the original names of places renamed by barbaric foreign invaders. So on dismissing this petition, Supreme Court has said that India, that is Bharat, is a secular country and a country cannot remain a prisoner of the past. The very essence of India is wedded to the rule of law, secularism and constitutionalism, of which Article 14, which is right to equality before law, guarantees both fairness and equality in state action, and hence there is no point in visiting history selectively. So this article is important to understand the very essence or the spirit of the constitution. So in the year 2018, we found this question which was about the main features of the rule of law. Rule of law is the basic feature of Indian constitution. So let us solve our practice question which states that which of the following is or are the characteristics of the Indian model of secularism? Statement 1. No state religion. This is a correct statement. Statement 2. Rigid wall of separation of state and religion. This is an incorrect statement. Statement 3. Acknowledgement of religious beliefs of the individuals. Now this is a correct statement. Now let us briefly understand these characteristics of Indian model of secularism. No state religion. The state does not have any particular religion to profess, practice or propagate in India, and this is enshrined in the preamble of Indian Constitution. Another feature is no rigid wall of separation of the state and religion. That is, Indian Constitution does not make a complete wall of separation of the state and religion. Indian Constitution acknowledges the importance of religion in the lives of a citizen, as this can be seen in the Article 25, freedom of conscience and free profession, practice and propagation of religion, and Article 26, that is freedom to manage religious affairs. This gives rights to communities to establish and maintain religious institutions. However, the Constitution also vests immense powers in the state over the affairs of religious bodies. As in Article 25, the Indian Constitution allows for certain religious practices to be regulated in the interest of public order, morality, and health. Example, the abolition of sati system. Another important feature is acknowledgement of the religious beliefs of the individual. So some example of this can be seen in the Article 25, Article 26, Article 27, that is freedom from taxation for promotion of a religion, and Article 28, freedom from attending religious instruction. Hence, the correct answer to this question is option C, that is 1 in 3 only. And the correct answer to our UPSC previous year question is option C. So the next MCQ for today is based on this particular article which appeared on the page number 8 of The Hindu. The article is about New START Treaty. So before looking into this news, let us solve our practice question. This topic is important as UPSC has asked questions regarding various international treaties and agreements. As in 2019, we found a question on NPT, which is Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Now let us solve our practice question which states that with reference to New START Treaty, consider the following statements. Statement 1. It is between the United States of America and the European Union for limitation of strategic offensive arms. So this statement is incorrect. This is because New START Treaty is a nuclear arms reduction treaty between US and Russia. So, as it is a nuclear arms reduction treaty, it puts limits on nuclear warheads or intercontinental range nuclear weapons. The second statement is the treaty entered into force in 2020. Now, this is also an incorrect statement as the treaty was signed in the year 2010 and it entered into force in 2011. This treaty was originally signed for 10 years till 2021, but now it has been extended till 2026. The third statement is, it gives the United States the flexibility to deploy and maintain US strategic nuclear forces in a way that best serves US national security interest. Now, this is a correct statement. This is because under this treaty, both the parties, that is US and Russia, have the flexibility to determine for itself the structure of nuclear forces. Hence, this statement will apply for both the nations. So this article is in news because recently Russian president has announced that it is unilaterally suspending the last remaining nuclear arms control treaty with the US. However, Russia has just suspended the treaty and it has not totally withdrawn from the treaty. Now since the question asks which of the statement given above is or are incorrect. Hence the correct answer for this question is option C because statement 1 and 2 are incorrect. And the correct answer to our UPSC previous year question is option A. So our next practice MCQ is based on this article which appeared on the page number 9 of The Hindu. The article is about a latest technology called organ on a chip. So in the drug testing stages, usually these drugs are tested on animals. But organ chips is the latest technology that the researchers are using instead of animals to test new drugs. So these are the small devices with human cells that can act as a synthetic environment to test new drugs. This is because they can mimic the environment in human organs, like the blood flow or breathing movements. Now, in the field of biotechnology, we have seen that UPSC is repeatedly asking questions regarding various latest technologies. As in 2022, we found the question on DNA barcoding. So let us solve our practice question which states that which of the following is a potential advantage of using organ chips in drug discovery and development compared to traditional in vitro and animal testing methods? The first statement is organ chips can more accurately replicate the complex biological processes that occur in human organs, but they are more expensive and time consuming than traditional in vitro and animal testing methods. Now, this is an incorrect statement. Though the organ chips can more accurately replicate the complex biological processes occurring in human organs, but it is not necessary that they are more expensive and time consuming. The second statement is organ chips can reduce the need for animal testing in drug environment, but they are less reliable and have limited scalability compared to traditional in vitro testing methods. This statement is incorrect as the organ chips are more reliable and they have advanced scalability compared to the traditional in vitro testing methods. The third statement is organ chips can provide more predictive data on the safety and efficacy of new drugs, but they require more advanced technical expertise and resources than traditional animal testing methods. Now this is a correct statement as organ chips require more advanced technical expertise and resources than traditional methods. The fourth statement is organ chips can offer a more personalized approach to drug development, but they are less versatile and applicable to a wide range of diseases and conditions compared to the traditional methods. Now this statement is incorrect as these chips are more versatile and they can be used in a wide range of diseases as compared to the traditional methods. So the correct answer to our question is option C and the correct answer to the UPSC previous year question is option D. So our next practice question is based on this particular article which appeared on the page number 12 of The Hindu. So as per this article, Archaeological Survey of India has found a 1300-year-old Buddhist stupa in Jajpur district of Odisha. So this article is important under religious architecture. So on the similar theme, we found this particular question in the year 2014. Now let us solve our practice question which states that consider the following pairs. You have to match the pairs. On the left hand side, you can find architectural feature of a stupa and on the right hand side, the related explanation. Statement 1, Anda. It is a mound covering Buddha's remains. This is a correct statement. Medhi, square railing or fence that surrounds the mound. This is incorrect. Toranas or gateways. This is correct. Chhatra or relics chamber. This is incorrect. Let us understand this by seeing the other components of a stupa. The first component is a hemispherical mound or anda. So anda is a mound-like hemispherical structure of a stupa that contains a relic chamber within. It is a solid core and cannot be entered. The second component is tabena. It is a relic chamber which is buried deep inside anda. The third component is square railing or harmika. It is a square railing or fence that is surrounding the mound. The fourth component is chhatra. Chhatras are triple umbrella-like structure on the top of a stupa. So they represent the three jewels or three Ratna of Buddhism. These are Buddha, Dharma and Sangha. The fifth major component is Toranas. Toranas are these decorated gateways. And the other important component is Medhi, which is the circular terrace. So this circular terrace is used as a platform for ritualistic circumambulation or going around this stupa. Hence, the correct answer to this practice question is option B, as only two pairs are correctly matched, pair number 1 and pair number 3. And the correct answer to our UPSC previous year question is option C. So our next practice question is based on this particular article which appeared on the page number 12 of The Hindu. So recently, Institute for Energy Economics and Financial Analysis has released a report. So as per this report, Karnataka is currently the state with the best equipped power system to transition from fossil fuel based energy system to the renewable energy sources. And Karnataka is followed by Andhra Pradesh and Gujarat. So this article contains some other facts regarding the renewable energy production in India and the efforts of central government in that regard. So one of the efforts in this regard is Green Energy Corridor. This article is important as UPSC has previously asked questions regarding the renewable energy infrastructure and missions in India. As in the year 2016, we found a question on Green India mission. Now let us solve our practice question, which states that consider the following statements with reference to Green Energy Corridor project. Statement 1. The projects aim to synchronize the electricity generated by renewable resources with the conventional power plants. Now this is a correct statement. So the second statement is it aims to achieve the government target of 500 gigawatt installed renewable energy capacity by 2025. This is an incorrect statement. So the government of India has set a target of 450 gigawatts of installed renewable energy capacity by the year 2030. And the government aims to reach this target with several missions including Green Energy Corridor project. The next statement is the central financial assistance under the project aims to offset the intra-state transmission charges. Now this is a correct statement. Now let us see the Green Energy Corridor project in brief. So there are two phases to the Green Energy Corridor project. The phase 1 was launched in the year 2015-2016 and it is an intra-state transmission system which is aimed to build infrastructure to extract the excess energy produced from renewable sources in 8 states and sync that excess energy with the national grid of India so that this electricity can be transported to the energy deficient regions. That is to provide inter-grid connectivity. And the first phase of this project is already under implementation in the 8 states of India. The names of these states are given here. Now, the phase 2 of Green Energy Corridor project was launched in the year 2022. So, the aim of phase 2 is to facilitate grid integration and power evacuation of about 20 gigawatt of renewable energy in 7 states. These are the states. And the cost of this project is around 1200 crores and the central government has given a financial assistance of 33% to this project. And this financial assistance given by the central government aims to offset the intra-state transmission charges. And the overall objectives of this energy corridor project, phase 1 and phase 2, is to synchronize the energy produced from renewable sources such as wind, solar, with the conventional power stations in the grid. It aims to achieve the target of 450 installed renewable energy capacity by the year 2030. Hence, the correct answer to this question is option C, that is 1 and 3 only. And the correct answer to our UPSC PYQ is option C. So this brings an end to today's session. Stay connected for more video updates. Thank you.